Hello everyone and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today Chan. Poppy warns Finn as Luna directs all of her rage towards Steffy. As Remy watches, Luna yells, "Adios, Steffy," and fires at her picture on the target at the shooting range. We just learned from Bold and Beautiful who will sabotage Luna's heinous plan. It's the last person you would anticipate. Why does she despise Steffy? Remy asks. How did she ever harm her? Luna hopes her name had never been heard. She regrets getting married to her father. She is avoiding him because of that bitch. She glances at the close-up of Steffy and smiles as Remy watches her. Taylor joined in. Ridge and Steffy at Forrester discuss how Katie did a fantastic job on their most recent public relations effort. Conversation shifts to Luna. Ridge continues to worry for her. Steffy wishes she would never return to their home. They discuss Finn and make it apparent that she will never be a member of the family. Steffy says she has two options, accept it or keep being sad. She is clinging to a dream. When Taylor enters, he asks what Luna has done. Taylor is informed about Luna's visit by Steffy. Taylor reflects that Steffy's obstructing her path and that she still thinks she can win Finn over. It's too late, says Ridge. She attempted to kill Steffy and was found guilty of murder. Taylor is concerned that Luna will direct all of her resentment and rage towards Steffy. Poppy arrives at the medical facility. Lee, who is worried about Luna visiting their home, tells Finn in his office that he must keep Steffy and the children safe. The children weren't home, according to Finn. What about next time? She asks. Finn claims that he told Luna to go out of town. What did Luna say? Lee asks. Poppy shows up and inquires, what was it that Luna mentioned? Lee queries her purpose for being there. She claims that she visited Finn to discuss their daughter. Poppy BNB. Lee is furious since Luna destroyed her life and is Poppy's daughter. She warns Finn not to follow her sister's lead. Poppy claims to be concerned while ignoring Lee. Luna is becoming more and more resentful and angry. Lee queries whether she has seen her and how she knows this. Sheila has, according to Poppy, and she fears that Luna is losing her mind. Lee snorts that Sheila is the only person who is aware of being unglued. Luna sought out her grandmother because everyone abandoned her, according to Poppy. Finn does not believe that this should be disregarded. Lee notes that her sister has a tendency to be excessive. Poppy says, "Oh my God." Finn approaches Poppy to inquire further. According to Poppy, Luna thinks she might have the father-daughter bond she's always desired if Steffy would move aside. Poppy asserts that she is still Luna's mother in spite of everything. She doesn't want to think that she would waste the second shot at freedom that she has been granted. Finn responds, Sheila does. Lee instructs her sister to locate her daughter, board a plane, and ensure that she never returns. Poppy wonders if Finn is also interested in it. Finn wants his wife to be free from terror. After Luna's suicide attempt, he will never allow it to happen again. At her flat, Luna tells Remy that she's a decent beginner shot and jokes that she might put Steffy's picture on her refrigerator. If Remy had known who she was going after, he wouldn't have offered to help out at the range. He now knows that her father is Dr. John Finnegan. Luna promises that Steffy cannot prevent her from seeing her father. Remy and Luna discuss the truth about how her father has been hidden from her for so long. She claims that Steffy is acting in the same way as her mother, who denied her a relationship with her father. She is aware that Finn loves her just as much as she does. I have no doubt about it. According to Taylor, Luna ought to have had therapy at Forrester years ago. According to Steffy, she would simply go in an attempt to reintegrate into Finn's life. That isn't occurring since she attempted to kill her. Bill is solely to blame for this, Ridge grunts. Steffy is cautioned by Taylor to use extra caution at this time. They don't know where or when Luna will strike again, so Steffy will be there. Luna is grinning as she looks at Steffy's close-up photo at her house when someone knocks on the door. She answers her mother's door while concealing it. Poppy asks to come in and says they need to talk. Luna consents to it. Poppy is sorry that their relationship has been so tense, but she is concerned about her well-being. Luna inquires as to if she has changed her mind and wishes to mend the relationship's harm. Sheila called, which is why Poppy is there. She is also concerned about her. She warned her to leave town, but Luna laughs. She is treated like trash everywhere she goes. No one is interested in me. She thinks her father would love her if he had the chance, but no one loves her. If it weren't for Steffy, she tells her mother, threatening to take any necessary action. She refuses to allow Steffy Forrester to ruin her bond with her father. Steffy is telling her parents at Forrester that while she will be vigilant, she won't let Luna's insanity to ruin their time together. When Finn shows up, he declares, "Neither will I." He will never forgive or forget what Luna did to Steffy. He promises to protect Steffy and the children, according to his in-laws. He is cautioned not to give Luna false hope. Finn concurs wholeheartedly. Luna has never been and never will be a member of their family. He promises Steffy that he won't allow anything to hurt her or their family. They embrace and say, "I won't let that happen." Luna berates Poppy for not allowing Steffy to undermine her. Sheila and Deacon encouraged Poppy to pursue her daughter while Remy trained Luna to use a rifle. As she squeezes a few more shots into Steffy's photo at the shooting range, Luna exclaims, "Adios Steffy." Remy questions why she is so critical of Steffy. Luna complains that the bitch has destroyed her life and is preventing her from seeing her father. She smiles as she removes the picture of the bullet wound. Luna and Remy visit her home. She boasts that she is an excellent photographer and suggests using her photo of Steffy in an image board. Remy is not interested in becoming involved with this. She continues by saying that she will not allow Steffy to keep her away from her father. They discuss how her life has been nuts. She laments that everything has been pure hell and that Finn is being stolen from her by everyone. It's completely incorrect. She complains that Steffy is preventing Finn from expressing how much he loves her, even though she knows he feels the same way. She smiles as she continues to consider shooting at Steffy. Finn tries to calm Lee down while pacing his office. Luna has been advised to leave town by both Sheila and him, and they hope she has left. Poppy arrives to discuss their daughter with Finn. Lee accuses her sister of being repulsive and advises Finn to avoid her company. Poppy expresses to Finn her concern that Luna is becoming more and more resentful and angry. Sheila is also concerned that Luna may be unglued. Poppy believes that Luna will ruin B&B. According to Poppy, Luna went to Sheila because she felt abandoned by everyone else. Her sister is over the top, and Lee doesn't want to listen to her. Poppy is shocked that she is being betrayed by this. Finn requests that the sister just pause and give an explanation. Poppy informs him that Steffy is being blamed by her kid for excluding him from her life. Luna finds it difficult to believe that her daughter poses a serious risk. She is reminded of her previous actions by her sister. Poppy doesn't want to think that her daughter might reject a second opportunity. Lee gives her the order to board an aircraft and send the girl go. Finn is asked by Poppy if he also wants that. Finn does not want his spouse to live in constant worry. He will never allow Luna to attempt Steffy's murder once more. Ridge confides in Steffy at Forrester that he is concerned about Luna. They talk about it even though they don't want to. Steffy notes that despite Finn's explicit declaration that Luna would never be a member of the family, she finds it impossible to let go of the fantasy. Taylor enters and asks, "What's going on?" They tell her how Luna is on the verge of losing it and how she holds Steffy responsible for everything. They discuss how Luna will never be able to return and how she will never fit into their lives. Taylor is concerned that Luna is placing all the blame on her daughter. She believes Luna might benefit from counseling. Steffy doesn't think that would be effective. They discuss how concerning this is, and Ridge holds Bill responsible for everything. Steffy refuses to let Luna's insanity ruin her day. Suddenly, Finn appears and tells everyone that he will not be dating Luna. His top priority is Steffy. 1000%. They will never include Luna in their family. He assures Steffy that he will not allow Luna to pose a threat. She sulks. When her mother arrives at her door, Luna is taken aback. Reluctantly allowing her in, Poppy apologizes for the tension between them. she will always care for her. Luna questions whether she's here to mend their relationship. Sheila and Poppy are both concerned about her, Poppy explains. That enrages Luna, who claims that no one loves her and that everyone would rejoice if she left tomorrow. Finn is the one person who could love her and isn't cold-hearted. If Steffy hadn't been there, she grumbles. She will not allow Steffy to ruin her relationship with Finn, no matter what. Poppy's startling run-in with Luna reveals serious mental illness. According to teasers for Bold and Beautiful, Poppy Nozawa exposes her unsettling fixation with Finn and demands accountability from her daughter Luna. Will there be further danger as a result of Luna's mental collapse? Poppy's astonishing interaction with Luna reveals serious mental illness. A confrontation between a mother and daughter erupts as Luna's obsession with Finn reaches terrifying new heights. Bold and Beautiful finally featured the encounter we'd been waiting for, and I must say, it was even more explosive than we had anticipated. Everyone is now highly concerned about Luna Nozawa's mental health when Poppy Nozawa unexpectedly turned there to address her daughter. This was not your average mother-daughter dispute. Poppy was enforcing the law and calling for justice for offenses that had the potential to ruin many lives. This is when things start to become really unsettling, though, because Luna's remark made clear how completely lost she is. She is blaming everyone else for her predicament rather than accepting any accountability at all. Nobody is exempt from Luna's finger-pointing, including Sheila Carter, Bill Spencer, and her own mother. What's the chilliest part? She is obsessed with Finn Finnegan and believes that if Steffy Forrester weren't involved, he would adore her. Yes. Yes, you read correctly. Poppy at last expresses what we've all been contemplating. Talk about tough love. When Poppy confronted Luna about her self-pity party, she didn't mince words. And really? It's about time someone confronted her. The message was very clear: take responsibility for your actions and quit playing the victim. Poppy informed her daughter that she had committed severe crimes, such as framing her own mother and attempting murder, and that she now needed to deal with the repercussions. However, Luna? She is living in a completely made-up universe where her situation is the fault of everyone else. The delusion is real, and Poppy is finally seeing what Deacon Sharp and Sheila have been warning about all along. The girl who physically attempted to blame her mother for murder is now wailing about being abandoned. Luna's fixation on Finn takes a negative turn. Things start to get rather eerie at this point. Luna sincerely thinks that if Steffy weren't in the way, Finn could love her. Give it some time to sink in. She is sure that there is a genuine romantic possibility with her biological father and is no longer merely infatuated with him. The fact that Finn has zero romantic interest in Luna and is contentedly married to Steffy? Apparently unimportant in Luna's deranged thoughts. Obsessions have been featured on this show before, see you, Sheila, but this one strikes a distinct chord. Luna has already demonstrated her ability to manipulate and commit murder. She is now obsessed with a man who believes she is only his daughter, whom he was unaware he had. I don't know what could possibly put Steffy in danger if that doesn't. The hospital alert that might make all the difference. It's evident that Poppy is shocked to learn how insane her daughter has become. This young lady is totally out of touch with reality. It's not just typical soap opera plotting or even teenage rebellion. Poppy is aware of it as well. She is therefore immediately going to the hospital to alert Finn and Lee Finnegan to Luna's unsettling behavior. What worries me, though, is whether they will heed the warning. Finn may feel bad about Luna's predicament, but he has a good heart, sometimes too nice. Is he susceptible to whatever Luna has planned because of that blind spot? And let's face it, she is definitely planning something based on her past. Implications for Steffy's safety. Steffy is in grave risk if Luna genuinely thinks she is the only thing separating her from Finn. This isn't about normal love triangle drama or small-time envy. Luna has already demonstrated that she will kill to achieve her goals. She has demonstrated that she is ruthless and calculating. She is now entirely naive about her possibilities with Finn, desperate and cornered. Steffy has weathered many hardships over the years, including Sheila's attacks, captivity, and several near-death situations, but this threat may be the most unpredictable to date. You knew what you were up against, at least with Sheila. It's alarming that Luna is a wild card due to her volatility. Could Steffy be in danger of dying again as a result of this? As Luna's infatuation grows and her mental health deteriorates, it seems like an explosive confrontation is imminent. And let's just say that Finn and Steffy would better watch their backs if Luna chooses to eliminate the competition in the same manner that she has done with obstacles in the past. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's broken light as Sheila's startling victim sends Bill and Finn into a wave of sadness and guilt. The eerie echo of one fatal spoiler, Luna's shocking victim, violently sweeps away the convoluted web of Logan Forrester Spencer loves, the whispered power machinations in Spencer publications, and the gleaming facade of Forrester creations. In a cruel turn of events that echoes through the very foundations of Los Angeles's elite, the bright, hopeful presence of Luna Nozawa, the young woman who brought a breath of fresh air and an unexpected connection into the lives of the Forresters and Spencers, lies extinguished. Her light was brutally extinguished, leaving behind a landscape that is irrevocably scarred and two men, Bill Spencer and John Finn Finnegan, drowning in oceans of devastation that are exclusively their own, their worlds collapsing under the weight of unfathomable loss and soul-crushing guilt. Sheila Carter is a specter whose latest atrocity not only claims a life but strategically eviscerates the fragile peace and burgeoning connections Bill and Finn had dared to cultivate before plunging them into a shared hellscape of grief where blame becomes a corrosive acid and the quest for vengeance threatens to consume everything in its path. The implications are seismic, suggesting that Luna is not just caught in the crossfire but is the intended target of a malice so profound it shocks even the most jaded observer. Imagine the scene breaking the relative calm, Luna, maybe leaving Forrester after a late-night shift helping RJ, or perhaps meeting Bill for one of their increasingly intimate conversations that had turned into a lifeline for the tycoon looking for redemption through this unexpected paternal bond, or even just happening to run into Sheila in an office hallway, parking garage, or even the sanctity of Bill's own house if Sheila infiltrated it, a place made horrifyingly plausible by her history of boundary-smashing obsession. The technique is probably quick, vicious, and distinctly Sheila, a gunshot that reverberates through the quiet, a violent shove that sends the victim plummeting to the ground, a silent poisoning that is passed off as an accident, or perhaps the most heinous turn of all, an attack on Luna's mother, Poppy, whom Sheila hates with jealous rage because of her relationship with Bill, with Luna tragically walking into the path of destruction. RJ finding her, petrified with dread, Bill showing up for their meeting only to discover the unimaginable, or Poppy's spine-tingling scream reverberating through the night, the revelation is the stuff of nightmares. Luna, who personified young optimism, gentle strength, and an unexpected ability for compassion and forgiveness, particularly with regard to Bill's rough exterior, is no longer with us. Her hesitant steps into the Forrester fold, her complicated but growing friendship with Bill that gave him a glimpse of real, simple devotion, and her possible future with RJ were all obliterated in an instant. Although the shockwave is immediate and universal, it strikes two particular souls with devastating force: Finn, the man who is biologically bound to Sheila Carter and whose desperate attempts to control her evil have now spectacularly, horribly failed, resulting in the death of a young woman he respected and whose loss directly impacts the man he's been tentatively building bridges with, and Bill Spencer, who had come to see Luna not just as Poppy's daughter but as a beacon of something pure and redeeming in his own dark narrative. This is more than just a loss for Bill Spencer, it's the destruction of a shaky, fledgling hope that he hadn't even fully realized he was holding on to. Luna stood for something very different. She wasn't a piece in a Spencer game, a business rival, or a conquest. She offered sincere warmth and a connection free of the baggage that burdened his relationships with Liam, Wyatt, and even Katie, seeing past his bluster and riches. By providing him with unexpected moments of calm and a fatherly instinct that he had frequently hidden beneath vicious ambition, her gentle presence had started to erode his cynicism. Even though she was cautious, her faith in his potential for decency was a lifeline he was unaware he needed. That being brutally torn away, especially in such a foolish and cruel way, causes a storm inside of him that has never been seen before. He may refuse to believe and demand to see her in the sterile solitude of the morgue or the walls of his penthouse, but the anguish is volcanic, raw, and all-consuming, a primordial cry of pain. However, in Bill Spencer, bereavement and a homicidal, flaming wrath are intimately linked. In addition to killing Luna, Sheila Carter removed the last thing pure that Bill had allowed to enter his hardened heart for years. She destroyed his opportunity to leave behind a legacy based on love rather than fear. The destruction shows up as an insatiable need for retribution that goes beyond his typical brutal business methods. This is visceral, personal, and completely barbaric. He won't give up. He'll set the planet on fire. To make sure Sheila has 1,000 times worse fate than Luna's, he will seek her with the unrelenting rage of a wounded predator, using every resource, every shady link, and every last bit of his powerful will. Bill will undoubtedly perceive Finn as an extension of Sheila's poison, and his destruction is a ticking bomb that will explode only at Sheila, posing a threat to everybody who stands in his way. Finn views Luna's passing as Sheila's victim as more than simply a tragedy. It is the last, shocking admission of his worst failing and his unbreakable curse. He has Sheila Carter's blood in his veins, which has plagued him, put his marriage to Steffy in jeopardy, and now marred him with the horrifying fallout from her most recent, most horrible deed. In addition to being helpless to save Luna, Finn, the healer and man who devoted his life to healing others, also feels the crushing weight of obligation. His destruction is a complex, suffocating mixture of fear for the stability of everything he holds dear, soul-crushing guilt that his connection to Sheila, the monster he tried to warn everyone about, the monster he couldn't stop, and profound grief for Luna, a vibrant life cut short. He is aware that Bill Spencer will be furious in a biblical way and that he will be the subject of that wrath not only because he is Sheila's son but also because he failed to eliminate the threat in Bill's eyes. The charges made by Bill will be like daggers, further twisting the guilt. You knew. You always knew what she was capable of. And you couldn't stop her. Sheila's previous acts have already put Finn and Steffy's marriage to the test, and now it faces an existential threat. Steffy will be devastated by Luna's passing, appalled by the thought of Sheila's depravity being so close once more, and afraid for Finn as Bill's fury erupts. This time, is she able to keep Finn away from his biological mother? Does the shadow of the woman who took another innocent life appear when she looks at him? The strain will cause Finn's own mentality to break. This terrible death, which he was powerless to stop, mocks his status as a physician. He feels insecure in his roles as a stepfather and husband. A chasm of blame and loathing has replaced his fragile, hard-won understanding with Bill, leaving it in ashes. His destruction is internalized, accompanied by a wordless cry of pain and guilt, a desperate attempt to make things better that cannot be fixed, and the horrifying knowledge that Sheila has now gone too far and that there may not be any chance of redemption, not even for Finn by association. In an attempt to prove his commitment and get rid of his own guilt, he might spiral into a perilous chase of Sheila himself, which could put him squarely in Bill's path of retaliation. The aftermath turns into a terrifying examination of the corrosive hold of vengeance and the isolating force of grief. Both Finn and Bill are devastated by the same incident, and they don't find comfort in mourning together. Rather, Luna's passing causes a rift to grow between them. Finn sees only Bill's wild, violent hatred endangering his own life and family, while Bill sees only Sheila's blood and Finn. There will be accusations, threats, and maybe physical violence in their interactions, which will be combustible. Bill might intentionally obstruct Finn's efforts to locate Sheila in order to secure the kill for himself, or he might use his influence to target Finn financially or professionally. In a desperate attempt to shift the responsibility, Finn, who is cornered and overcome with guilt, may snap and expose details about Bill's past brutality or his relationship with Poppy, thus intensifying the tension. Luna's mother, Poppy Nozawa, is burned to ashes and becomes a terrible figure of unadulterated, unresolved anguish. Now, her complex past with Bill will be seen through the prism of unfathomable loss. Sheila's poison will enter their lives, and she will blame Bill for it. Or will she turn to his mutual anguish for comfort, resulting in a dynamic that is even more complicated and erratic? Luna's love, R.J. Forrester, is completely ruined. Needless savagery crushes his idealistic youth. The Forresters might be drawn farther into the Spencer Carter whirlpool by his sadness, which could show itself as dangerous recklessness or a thirst for vengeance similar to Bill's. Steffy finds herself in a precarious situation, shielding her kids from the consequences, supporting her husband while sympathizing with Bill's anger, and dealing with the constant Sheila nightmare that has now claimed another victim near home. The police station, the hospital, the morgue, and Bill's eerily quiet office all serve as venues for intolerable altercations and silent vigils. All other plotlines are subsumed by the pursuit of Sheila, but it is driven by conflicting goals: Finn's desperate attempt to stop her and atone in some way, possibly hoping for capture rather than kill to demonstrate his own moral distance, Bill's unadulterated vengeance demanding brutal retribution, and the authorities seeking justice. In contrast, it may turn out that Sheila deliberately targeted Luna in order to ruin Bill's newly discovered happiness and cut off his relationship with Finn. This was a brilliant manipulative move meant to isolate her adversaries and take pleasure in the mayhem she creates from the shadows. In death, Luna turns into the final pawn in Sheila's never-ending, cruel game. The destruction in the long run is incalculable. Not only a story device, Luna's designation as a shocking victim is a character assassination that radically changes the bold and the beautiful's course. Already a multifaceted anti-hero, Bill Spencer runs the risk of becoming completely engulfed in evil. He might become more dangerous and alone than ever if his sadness hardens into unrelenting, permanent cruelty. Luna is buried with any prospect of salvation via paternal love. Finn might reach a breaking point. The guilt might push him to the brink of self-destruction or irreparably damage his marriage. Will he ever be able to get out of Sheila's shadow? He pushes his relationship with Steffy to an unprecedented level. Luna's passing takes away from the program itself a cherished, reassuring presence and a source of true sweetness among the ongoing plotting. It brings Sheila's eventual capture or death to almost legendary proportions. Rich, excruciating drama is provided for months to come by the emotional consequences, which include Steffy's rekindled anguish, Finn's drowning guilt, Poppy's broken parenthood, RJ's lost innocence, and Bill's scorched earth anger. Bill Spencer and John Finnegan stand as the most tragic, devastated monuments to Sheila Carter's most recent, shocking atrocity. The spoiler promises unmatched emotional devastation and serves as a brutal reminder that no light, no matter how pure, is safe in her world. The cost of her evil is measured in broken lives and souls left permanently scarred. Long after the first shock subsides, Luna's absence will reverberate, a terrifying reminder of the day Sheila Carter took not only a life but also the tenuous prospect of peace from two men already struggling with their own complex pasts.